10 beast mode inexpensive fragrances for you for the fall. Now, performance is very subjective, and it really is. From one person to the next, our body chemistry, our olfactory senses really do a number on how we perceive performance. I'll have something that lasts 10 hours on me, and some of you will comment and say it only lasts 2 hours on me, and that doesn't make sense to my mind, but it is a fact of nature. These fragrances that I'm going to show you on me, every one of these perform excellently. This is a list of some of my favorite fragrances, period, and every single one of them is from a clone brand, which means that you can get them for very cheap. This is going to be a phenomenal list. Stay tuned, give a beastly, monstrous even click to the like button if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into these. All right, first up, from a beastly line of fragrances, I'm talking about the Lattafa Khamrah line. This is the third. This was released earlier this year. This is Khamrah Dukhan. This fragrance is amazing. If you like Khamrah, then you're probably gonna like this one. But this is definitely, in my opinion, the more impressive than Khamrah Kawa. This one has a leathery kind of a note coming from labdanum. There's also a certain depth to this fragrance that differs a good bit from the Khamrah fragrances. This one, it's dark, it is spicy. There's like some chili pepper in this fragrance and a bunch of spices. There is some incense in this fragrance, and that extra spiciness, that leathery labdanum, as well as the incense, and I would even say a little bit less of that marshmallowy sweetness. This is the deeper, darker, more niche smelling, I would say more impressive of the Khamrah fragrances. And just like its brothers, this is a monster performer. I'm talking about Khamrah Dukhan. This next one is a dupe of a discontinued fragrance that I was so heartbroken when they discontinued the original, but this is an excellent alternative to Armani Code Absolute. I'm talking about Harmony Code Absolutely. Is that what it's called? Harmony Code Absolute. This is amazing. This is a fragrance that is known for the vanilla and tonka bean and leather. There's also this wonderful kind of an opening that reminds me of cream soda or some sort of a cola or something like that. It is such a wonderful, warm, sweet fragrance. If you like vanilla fragrances, you're gonna love this one. If you like a little bit of suede-like leather, you're gonna love this one. And the original was like a 12-hour fragrance on me, and this one is monstrous as well. Maybe it's more 8 to 10, probably more like 10, but it is fantastic. This is Harmony Code Absolute. All right, this next one is a brand new release from Zoha Aroma. They usually do clones, and usually very good clones, very high quality. This is an original fragrance. It's called Golden Dusk, and this is one of those mind-blowing vanilla fragrances. You know, think something like Parfums de Marly Altair, or even something like Byron the Chronic. It is that style of fragrance, or even to maybe a little bit lesser degree, something like Mercedes-Benz Club Black. It is dominant, powerful vanilla. There's also, of course, a warm amber, and there's a few other notes such as peach, honeysuckle, musk, amber, vanilla, and fruity notes. And peach is such a wonderful note in a fragrance. If it's overdone, it can make a fragrance very feminine leaning, or even do some weird things to a fragrance. In this one, the fruity notes plus the peach mix with that warm ambery vanilla and just make it one of those, again, if you are wowed by those vanilla dominant fragrances that I mentioned just a moment ago, this is the same kind of fragrance. It will be perfect for the fall, perfect for the winter. Again, this is Golden Dusk from Zoha. This next one is an alternative to one of Dolce & Gabbana The One's exclusive releases. This one's an alternative to Luminous Night. I love this fragrance. This is a very mysterious, resinous, sweet fragrance. It's got just the right amount of some darker notes, some sweet notes, and some spicy notes. A lot of the sweetness comes from the note of dates. You've got spicy black pepper and basil and geranium. You've got some aromatic sage. You've got warm amber. You've got incense. Again, a lot going on, but if you like sweet, spicy fragrances with a little bit of mysterious smokiness or incense, this stuff is phenomenal. This is, if I didn't even say the name, this is Fragrance World's The One and Only Moonlit Night. This next one is a monster performer. I mean, it belongs in this video for that reason. This one is an alternative to 1 Million Elixir. I love 1 Million Elixir, but it's a pretty simple fragrance, right? It's sort of like vanilla and bubblegum and rose. That's kind of what it reminds me of. This one smells so very similar to the original. I will tell you, the first year or so that I had it, there was a little bit of a plasticky synthetic additive in those notes. It has shifted significantly. I would have still put it in that probably 85% similar range. It's probably more like 90% similar now. And this is one of those fragrances, again, vanilla, bubblegum, and a little bit of rose. This is the kind of fragrance that after a shower, you will probably still smell it on you. It's a 12-hour fragrance on my skin. And again, it's one that even when you're ready to be done with it, you might not be done with it because it might still stick around. But man, smells so good. And this is a compliment monster. This fragrance, you almost never wear it without someone commenting on how good you smell. This is from Fragrance World, from their kind of lower tier brand, Athor Al Alam, and this is called Al Ra'i. This next one is a twist on a popular DNA, and this is one I haven't really heard anyone talk about. This is from Ard Al Zaafaran. This is Al Dirgham Special Edition. Now, there's several in a similar bottle with similar names, but this one is specifically Al Dirgham Special Edition, and this one's an alternative to Parfums de Marly Altair. It is a little bit of a twist on the DNA, though. It is just slightly lighter. It takes a little bit more of the orange blossom floral note and puts it a little more forward, and just by like 5% it rolls back that vanilla praline kind of sweetness. It's still got all of the notes. I've actually seen some people say this is their spring take on the Altair DNA, and I could definitely see that. Still quite close to the original, and enough of a twist that seasonally you really could choose this one for slightly warmer days and go with something like French Avenue Liquid Brune for warmer days. But if you like Altair, you will love this, and it is, you know, 10 to 12 hour incredible performance. Ard Al Zaafaran Al Dirgham Special Edition. This next one's kind of a super cheapie at this point. This is from Maison. This is Infini Rose, and this is of course an alternative to Atomic Rose. And this is one of those fragrances that for a long time I never even tried because I didn't like rose fragrances on men. I like them on my wife. But I have had a major change of heart toward rose over the past 6 months or a year, and some of my favorite fragrances now feature the note of rose. So I went ahead and I picked this one up, and it is very impressive. It's a very palatable kind of oud, sort of like an oud for greatness style oud, which does make sense. Then you've got a lot of vanilla. It's a very approachable fragrance because of the way the vanilla really balances out that synthetic oud. And then you have a rose note that again is quite palatable. It's not as pungent or as dark or as sort of overdone as some niche rose fragrances are. I would say altogether one of the easiest rose fragrances for a man to wear and one of the easiest oud fragrances for anybody to wear. Really good stuff. Infini Rose by Maison. So many of these, as I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, man, I can't wait to start wearing these. Most of them are more cooler weather focused, so another month or two. This one, I absolutely love it. I've always said this is what Batman wears on date night. This is French Avenue Spectre Wraith. and this is a fantastic alternative to By Kilian Black Phantom. And this is a dark coffee fragrance. It's coffee and chocolate and some leather. It is such a rich, warm fragrance. It is unusual though in the boozy note in this fragrance, I think is rum, which gives it almost a pungent. A lot of boozy notes can come across as slightly pungent. I will tell you in this one, they rolled back the pungence just a little bit, and that's probably the major difference from actual Black Phantom. It might be just a touch woodier as well, but I would say both of those things make it just a touch more wearable and more mass pleasing. I love the original, I love this one, and it's still probably 85% similar. So very good from French Avenue. This is Spectre Wraith. We are rounding the bend with our last two here. The next one, I've got another rose fragrance for you. I'm telling you, once you go rose, you never go back. I think that's a saying or something like that. This one is called Rose Tobacco, and I was initially told by our beloved fragrance community that this was an alternative to BDK Tobacco Rose. It most certainly is not. But what it is a wonderful, powerful, complex rose and tobacco fragrance. It's a dark tobacco fragrance. You've got notes like honey and chocolate and amber and tobacco with a little bit of a smoky essence. Really unique stuff. And again, it's probably one of the more approachable rose fragrances. And very inexpensive as well, and great performance. This is from Surrati, and this is Rose Tobacco. And this next one is straight up awesome. I don't know if it's a clone of anything. I've never been able to figure out what it's supposed to be emulating. This is from Fragrance World's highest tier. It's considered their niche line. It's called Maison des Parfums, and this one's called Inspiro. This fragrance is an amazing plum and spice fragrance. You've got plum, cinnamon, patchouli, vanilla, sandalwood. All of these are notes that I absolutely love, and I'll tell you, I've compared the notes of so many fragrances, everything from, Tom Ford Plum Japonais to Scents and Wood, Plum and Cognac. Obviously, it doesn't have the cognac, but so many of those spicy plum fragrances, and it's not any of them, but it smells very expensive. It's very complex. There's a good bit of development on your skin, very high-end smelling, and if you like plum fragrances, sweet fragrances, spicy fragrances, this stuff is fantastic. Again, Maison des Parfums Inspiro. So that has been 10. Each one of these has got excellent performance. Each one of them I personally love, and each one of them is going to shine in the cool weather coming up in the fall and the winter. Let me know down below, what would you add to this list? Remember to subscribe and give the video a click if you liked it. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents.